with 3.5 left. In a wild third, where it looked like Milwaukee was ready to go out in front. Instead, another
in the previous outing against the Bucks. Hasn't scored yet, 0 for 2 from the field. But setting up his teammates nicely like that.
Bledsoe, who arrived late here at the bubble after his COVID infection, did play in the final 5 seeding games. Trying to get his fitness and game back to where it was. And with some consistency, that's a scary concept for the rest of the NBA.
It is, but I don't think it'll have
fourth quarter for the Magic.
You see the last time the number 8 beat a number 1. 2017. And the numbers tell the story. But also remember what he's been doing out there, setting picks and legit screens. Now, the long deuce.
He's got that quick turn to the baseline. Middleton has 13 of Milwaukee's 20 in the quarter.
By Ross, they're attacking that defensive backboard.
It'll be Ross. He got it.
Approaching 5 minutes to play in the third. Game number 4. Ross has checked in. Fultz, 15-footer.
Free throw shooter. What was he, 49.7 or something on the regular season.
That's right. Markelle Fultz. Markelle kind of
Ross. The fans went with Human Torch.
Bunsen burner. It'll be Terrence Ross in the mid-range. To be honest. So a little more than 6 to play. 16 for Ross, as you mentioned, and make it close.
Augustine. An unselfish play like we talked about with the Bucks, but he just missed it. In the first 2 games, they've done a good job of keeping the ball out of the paint and away from the rim.
In there, knowing a guy's trailing, and taking that 2 instead of the 3-pointer.
The Bucks have done a good job in this series, not fouling Terrence Ross for the most part. And just as
the one positive, that elbow to the chin, a lot of times the question is, are you going to be willing to consistently over 48 minutes to stand in there and take that? And there was an example of the rotation coming a little late there from the weak side.
Good extra turnover. Let's head downstairs. Join Jared Greenberg. Jared.
Well, Joel, I spoke to Bucks assistant coach Charles Lee, who is destined to be a head coach in this league one day. And just like you guys have been saying, he said the Bucks need to be the aggressor here in the second half. Wasn't pleased how the Magic took it to him in the first half.
George Hill just checked in and takes it right to the basket to tie it up at 69. Ennis weaving against Middleton. There's a bump and a foul.
Well, guys, the Orlando side was pretty solemn at the half, as you might imagine. Steve Clifford was heated. He told me one thing and one thing only. He said, we are
Magic loaded. They did a good job of that first wave of offense, but Giannis, they're able to knock down the triple. If you're the Magic, I tell you what, I'd like to see more of that if you want to have a chance in it.
Did you see a picture of the court? His neighbor had it.
Yes,
That's a nice hoop.
They get some 3-on-3 at least.
Ennis, runner.
And I think both coaches believe in their team's approach as Ennis throws up a
5.5 to play in the first quarter. Orlando, a primary goal to keep it close and have a good first quarter. Here's Fournier. Magic desperately need for him to catch fire. Fultz for 3.
bench. You at times try to do too much. He's had a couple poor choices as far as decisions.
Bucks got called for a delay of game warning. Next one would be automatic technical. You're allowed 2 per game. Second one you get it. Fournier drives off balance. A lot of opportunities in a half court against them. You just got to have that ability to knock them down consistently.
4 of the 5 starters still out there, like Markelle Fultz in the mid-range. And you're right.
There's the last spot in the Eastern Conference. 3 and 5 in the bubble. And then again, shocked everybody with that game 1 victory. Vucevic was brilliant that night. Flips it up.
Vucevic to Ennis. Ennis matched up with Marvin Williams. Vooch for 3.
They just don't have enough either with all of their injuries and opt-outs without Lillard.
Ross finds some room and nails.
At this end, Orlando has missed 19 of their last 20. Little flex action tears them through.
Game from having a 50, 40, 90 season while getting 20 points a game.
I guess that's efficient.
Yeah.
Not many guys have been able to do it in NBA history. It's about 4 minutes into the third. It'll be Vucevic over the smaller Bucks.
Bucks fan that Bledsoe getting off to a good start with that perimeter jump shot.
Vucevic averaged 20 a game last year. Was only 11 in the playoffs, though, against Toronto. Nick on the run out and the mid-range game. Right.
Higher roster. All 13 guys, sometimes a 14th guy at times during the basket. Look, it's tough, and this Bucks team is playing great. You can't give that one up because you don't play the cross screen correctly.
So far, the Greek stud pitching across the game. He's 8 for 8 from the field.
I'm a little bit, not a little bit better, a lot better than that. Good play by Hill.
Vucevic tries a three.
Able to create his own shot off the dribble as well.
Detroit wants him back. Former second-round pick of the Pistons. They let him get away. Now the second year of a big deal with Milwaukee Bucks. So Wundu taking advantage.
Threes, and they shoot a lot of them. Well-constructed team, and their Mike Budenholzer has built a system.
A little bit, and then Augustine sold it.
Yeah, he wasn't exactly like his established position there. Fournier, can he get one finally? Yes!
At the end of the timeout, and was kidding with Clifford.
Augustine, nice little move, back shot.
I believe, but they had others who we're going to have to hit. We have to win the rebounding game.
Markelle Fultz's first ever start in the playoffs. Is this his best basketball he's ever played?
By the Magic on that out of bounds play.
Augustine has checked in. Vucevic hands it off to Ross. Firing.
Very diverse community. A family move puts him in a situation where it's a very homogenous community. And it was culture shock for him, and it was a real eye-opener.
20 points in 4 of his last 9 games. They're hoping for more where that came from. 1 point Bucks lead. Vucevic with Lopez on his back. So many different facets to this guy's game. He goes a 24-point advantage. Orlando has not scored a point in the last 4.5 minutes. Vucevic had those 7 early points. Haven't heard much from him since. Here he comes, leans into
exhibiting right now. Fournier on the wing, guarded by Matthews. Vucevic, little reverse pivot, square up. He worked hard in the rehab. He has found a really nice place here in Orlando. Raves about Steve Clifford and the patience he showed him. Nice.
Bomb from outside to give the Bucks a 9-point lead. Fultz guarded by Korver. Vucevic on the attack, challenging
a lot of that is because of the impact of Giannis, but you've seen it with the second unit. They do a great job of allowing their offense to create
shots. He's usually much more efficient than that.
You're talking championship caliber team. You're going to have a lot more from your second best player moving forward.
Vucevic free on the arc.
Because I can't believe you as announcers don't understand that it's true.
As 7 lead changes in the opening couple of minutes here, and since then it's a 15-3 Milwaukee run as they've opened up this 11-point.
2 things on a basketball team. Number 1, an equality of effort. Guys who will all play hard and get after it defensively, all do the work in practice. There has to be that. And then the other thing is unselfishness.
Defensively, he's a very good all-around player. Ross rising from the foul line.
Oh, and it's been Fournier.
Yeah, he's got that little mid-range floater inside the free throw.